minutes to go live on Facebook and YouTube. We are live on
Um,
Facebook now. We're just taking a moment to go live on YouTube. Give it a few seconds and we should be live. We are live on YouTube. We are now live on everything. So, you can
yeah, baby, we live. Yes, yes. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Berkeley Poetry Slams Black Artist Showcase and Fundraiser. My name is Reggie, and I will be your host on this magical evening of Black excellence and Black artistry. Um, But before we begin, I have to lay some ground rules because if I don't, niggas don't know how to act. First, for the performers, you got one rule only, which is you got 5 to 6 minutes. Um, yeah, that's your time limit. You can sing, you can dance, you could do poetry. Somebody like has brought in a djembe before, so like do your thing. And then next is for y'all that are looking at home. Make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Berkeley Poetry Slam, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bay Poets Unite, youtube.com/Bay Poets Unite. Um, and then also this is not just a showcase of amazing artists. This is also a fundraiser for an amazing Black organization. So today we are raising money for the Afro Urban Society. Um, Let me tell you a little bit about it. The Afro Urban Society is a queer Black woman owned organization that is committed to sustaining the cultural, artistic practices of the African diaspora, specifically in urban settings. Their projects include the Onye Ozi Fellowship, the Bacchanal de Afrique Multidisciplinary Arts Festival, theater tech training for Black women and non-binary people, and various other workshops and community events. So they're a very great organization. They're doing really amazing work in the Oakland, San Francisco Bay Area. I don't like giving the Bay to San Francisco. It's Oakland now. Sorry, it's the Oakland Bay Area. If you don't like it, it's probably because you can afford to live in San Francisco. Um, but yeah, that is the Afro Urban Society. We originally had a goal of $500. We have already raised $770.11. So our new goal is $1,000. I think that we can get that in the first few poets. I'm going to challenge you, each and every person, to donate $100. Why $100? Because I know that's an uncomfortable amount. And it's important to give uncomfortably, especially to Black communities. We have been living in uncomfortable positions. We have been living with an uncomfortable lack of resources and an uncomfortable lack of community funding for our arts programs. It's only right that the uncomfortable times call for uncomfortable solutions. So I'm going to challenge you to be uncomfortable with us and donate $100. You can do that via PayPal, paypal.com or paypal.me/Berkeley Slam, or through Venmo at Rich Oak Events. All of that will be in the chat for you. But it's not just important to donate to Black organizations, because that's great, but there's Black individuals behind those organizations, movements, groups, that culture that you like so much and like to steal. There's Black people behind that. So I'm also going to be plugging and shouting out the ways that you can donate to the individuals that will be performing tonight, because it's important to support the Black artists, not just the Black organizations that serve them. Especially now where we're dealing with a pandemic and a fight for our lives. We're not just writing poetry. A lot of us are in the streets. A lot of us are in the communities doing the groundwork, the healing work. And even if we're not, we're Black in America and it's tough as hell. So just, the least you can do is sprinkle a few dollars into our Cash Apps, our Venmos, to say, hey, we know this country sucks. If you believe this country is shitty to Black people, pay Black artists today. That being said, we got a cool list coming up on here. Okay. And there is a little bit of shifts for it, or for the list, but no worries. So um, we have Mike Taylor, and then we have Joyce Lee, and then we have Angel Marie, Tiana Bratcher, Alexis Vanessa, Colin Edmonds, and then Chardonnay Thomas. And then ending everything will be our feature, Jahman Hill. If you don't know who our feature is, get ready. Get ready. Oh shit, yeah. I'm sorry, I fucked up the order. It's Joyce Lee, then Mike Taylor, not Mike Taylor, then Joyce Lee. Sorry. I've been drinking a little bit. So it's a little switched up. Okay. So on deck we have Mike Taylor, but give maximum love to our first poet of the night. Give it up for Joyce Lee. You're muted.
Hold on. Got it. Okay. Okay. Unmute myself. This is a showcase, right?
Yes.
Hello? Okay,
Yes.
good, because I'm gonna take my motherfucking time then. Okay, so I am exhausted. First of all, I'm not gonna start with the bullshit. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you so much. Beyond appreciative. The hosts, check your messages, check your chat. I wrote something. I am going to say a monologue that I wrote while in New York. And let me see. I'm sorry, I'm so disorganized. I have had an interesting week. Hold on, I'm gonna say a monologue I wrote in New York, and then I'm gonna get out of y'all here. Gosh dang it. Now I gotta find every damn thing. Sorry. That's all I can say is sorry. Is this it? My computer is slow. It's just slow. I'm getting a new one now, so I'm excited about that. Dang it. I hate everything right now. Let's see. I'm close. God damn it. I really want to say this monologue, but I I don't want to disrupt the order, but I'm not prepared. God
You
damn
want
it.
us to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me.
Yeah. Everybody say fuck technology with me. Cause fuck technology.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Y'all seen me tonight. Like me and my technology are not agreeing.
Oh, you know what? I'm here. I got it.
Lit. Hey,
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
No, it's okay.
So anyway, I was in New York and on my way to somewhere, like leaving New York. And I'm anemic as fuck. So like I have to be bougie with my food taste. Like I can't just I have to like if my body is like low on iron, I need someplace that's gonna have like spinach, steamed spinach. Spinach just works best if it's cooked. Like, but I don't know New York. And I ended up in Spanish Harlem and I didn't know Spanish Harlem. And there was this waitress and she was something else. She was pregnant, Spanish, and I was on my serious Langston Hughes shit in New York, and it was just like whatever I see and that interests me will become a story. It will become a monologue. It will become a poem. So some of this is embellished, but some of it isn't. And this is called Waiting in Spanish Harlem, October 2011. And this was when Wall Street, Occupy Wall Street was happening. So here's the monologue. Sorry, miss, we don't have no steamed spinach. Girl, look around. This look like a place where they got spinach, let alone some steamed spinach. Psh, listen, I'm gonna give you some more time to get your mind together, just so you can make it up, okay? So see, shut the hell up. Ain't nobody abusing their customers. You abusing my privacy all up in my business. Shit, so what, Sosie? You think these people ain't never heard cussing before? Don't be stupid all your fucking life, Sosie. If they made it here from the 6 train, they heard worse than I can say. So get off and get over it. Man, she get on my fucking nerves. You make up your mind yet, miss? Okay, how you want your eggs? Home fries or what? You want some coffee? All right, I'm gonna be back with it. Sosie, it's over. Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. I'm going through enough in life. Fire my pregnant ass then, Sosie. Fire me if that's how you feel. No, Sosie, you can kiss my pregnant ass. That's what you can do. Here you go, miss. Coffee, cream, your sugar's right there. Oh, I'm due any day now. Actually, I'm overdue in more ways than one, if you know what I'm getting at. These fucking people in this fucking hole running me like a fucking dog and expecting me to be grateful for it. And this bitch over here talking like she gonna fire me after all I done for this rat house to stay standing. She know my man got arrested last night. Do she care? No. 7 years here, still making below the minimum wage. And she expect me not to sleep well off the thought of this motherfucker blowing up. Huh. This bitch over here got some. You know what, Sosie? You got some fucking nerve talking to me like you gonna fire me. If you did, it would be an improvement. Shit. I probably can make more off a county than here. Shit, I hear I can pitch a tent and live rent-free on Wall Street and not have to deal with the cheap, dry-faced bastards that come in here every day. I'm here because my fucking maid broke her ankle and my butler's on vacation. That's why I'm here, bitch. Sosie, you already know why I'm here. So what kind of question is that? I'm here because I'm stuck here. Like every other sad story in this fucking place. Whatever, Sosie, whatever. If telling the truth is abusing the customers, then I've been doing the shit since before you hired me, so deal with it already. Here you go, miss. You need something else or what? Okay, raise your hand if you change your mind. I'm here because you only pay me enough to go home and come back. That's why I'm here, Sosie, because the job to rule the world is always taken. That's why I'm here. Otherwise, shit would go my way for once. And if you think I give a fuck about you or these customers while I'm overdue and my man is locked up, then fuck you for thinking. Why should I give a fuck about anything else in this world when me and mine's is trapped? Yes, Sosie. Yes, I'm trapped, bitch. Yes, I feel trapped. You trapped too, bitch. You ugly as sin and you gonna die that way. Ain't no escaping for you. You can't fingernail file your way out of that big fucking forehead you got. I'm sorry, bitch. You're trapped and ugly and stuck on legs all by yourself, and I'm stuck looking at you. So boo-hoo for me too. And my baby stuck in my stressed out body, and my man stuck in this fucked up system. And when we have this baby, it's gonna be stuck in this fucked up, ugly world where you too cheap and stingy to give me enough wage to try and make stuck feel comfortable. We all a bunch of stuck motherfuckers. And I'm the only one with enough balls to see it and say something. Here's your check. Okay, let me get your change. Oh, it's all me? Ha! You hear this lady, Sosie? You hear your abused customer? She's saying she owe me more than she handed me. There goes your fucking lawsuit theory, bitch. Ha! No, this lady right here said it. Hey, miss, write down what you said. She don't listen. Ha ha! You hear that, Sosie? She said she gonna write it all down for you. Thank you, miss. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Joyce. How can we pay you money if we like your poems and your monologues?
Yeah, I have a book on Amazon, Dancing in the Presence of Men. My PayPal is always open. And you can always reach out to me if you want to. I'm on Facebook. on Instagram. You can always reach out to me. I'm totally accessible. It's only way I will not talk to you is if I'm like completely busy or you're weird as fuck. So I I am completely accessible and totally open. I'm not hard to get. I like ask anybody in here how to get a hold to me, and I'm sure somebody knows how to get a hold to me. So I'm totally available. And I really appreciate everybody for having me for the little bit of time I'm here.
Thank you. We appreciate you for agreeing to do this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. That was Joyce Lee. All right, everybody keep those donations coming in, keep them coming in, keep them coming in. Don't stop, do it. Yeah, it's really important. Yeah, it's really important that we donate and we really support Black art. It's not enough to just support all of the other infrastructure and not support the artists. When you put artistic expression in Black communities, you can watch those communities heal. Like, you just give any hood nigga a way to express himself and watch him change his life. Watch like what can happen, especially when it's culturally relevant. You know, like some of the brightest people that I know were the kids that were making beats and raps on the lunch table in high school. That's the power of art. I know art doesn't seem important right now, but art is what's going to document right now. Nobody's going to give a fuck about whatever books were written or whatever, like, oh, were written and deteriorate and lost to time. But people preserve works of art. People save works of art. People people really like art is what we use to define cultures and to look back and say like what that culture was. And like it's really important that we preserve Black culture and we support the people that are creating and preserving Black culture, and that includes organizations like the Afro Urban Society, especially organizations that are run by queer Black women. If you can support the Black men that ain't really doing shit, you can support the Black women who are making this movement. You can support those voices. So yeah, keep those donations coming in, you know. Don't be dry, don't be stingy. If you get dry and stingy, you know, then I gotta yell at you, and I don't wanna yell at you. I wanna be friends. We can be friends, but we can't be friends if you're not supporting my people, fam. So yeah, that being said, on deck, we have, someone said, dry and stingy. Stingy is dry and ashy. And yeah, don't be ashy. Be all greased up with your money. Let it slip on out your wallet. So on deck, we got Angel Marie. But give maximum love to the next poet coming up to the showcase. Give it up for Mike Taylor.
What's good? What's good? Thanks for having me. I'm just excited to be in a room full of Black people that just like every time that happens, I get excited just because that's like when I was real young, that's what I grew up with. But then I went to like I changed school districts, moved to a different city, and everything changed. So I have a poem. I like to play this game called Count the Black People, especially in places you don't normally see us. So I went snowboarding at Lake Tahoe, and the fresh powder blanketing the slopes wasn't the only thing overwhelmingly white on the mountain. Like, I'm alone up here, standing on a mountain of disposable income, melted into snow gear, jackets, masks, boards, and lift tickets. Maybe Black Diamond is a reference to how steep the price is to climb up Mount Privilege. In school, I'm playing where it took 9 years to count one Black teacher, and now I'm that Black teacher in a district I can only Count the kids on one hand who look like I did. Miss Davis, I saw you in 9th grade honors English class, and you were probably counting me while teaching parallel syntax, even though 140 years ago, neither of us would have been allowed to read. When do laws stating Black people can't do this become Black people just don't do that, or don't camp, or don't own houses, or don't run companies? But I see you with law degrees, making moves in court systems and balancing on balanced beams in swimming pools and beaches, surfing waves that were supposed to drown us when they said we couldn't be part of their world. I see you under the spotlights of SF Ballet Black Swans swimming north across a stage set up against you. I see you, poets and people stacked up on top of each other like a mountain, but a Black one. Thank you. So I wrote that poem. I don't think it's finished yet, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. Sometimes I don't feel like the second or third or fourth draft is where it's gonna end. But here's one more poem. A recipe for baking cake. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You'll need eggs, sugar, flour, a whisk. If no whisk is available, you may substitute a fork or a stirring spoon. A guide to making turkey sandwiches. These can be a bit more difficult. You'll need thinly sliced bread, mayonnaise, pepper. Hot sauce can be used to substitute for pepper. Don't get frustrated because you're hungry. Don't skip steps. Don't drop the sandwich onto the floor. If you do drop the sandwich onto the floor, don't blame the sandwich. A police officer's guide to traffic stops. Ask for license and registration. You'll need a radio, a ticket book, a pen. Do not substitute a pen for a gun. Do not get frustrated. If you drop an unarmed suspect onto the ground, do not blame him. Do not add pepper spray. Do not add your boot to his jaw. The cooks in my family always passed along recipes. Graham taught me how to make whiskey mac and cheese. Mom tells me only pull over for highway patrol in a well-lit area. At the dinner table, we pass across family secrets. General checkpoints for raising Black children. Teach them to tie their shoes, but not to run. A 100-yard dash cannot be substituted for a quick getaway. Raising your hand in science cannot be substituted for a surrender. Teach them they can be anything they want when they grow up, especially alive. Like my older brother, who grew up to be a lawyer, was pulled over last week for rolling through a stop sign. The officer asked why he was so nervous, added a splash of light to his car window, asked if he were selling drugs, if he were armed, if he could step out of the vehicle while his car was searched. When you're sweating the bullets and a loaded gun, compliance is a dish best served slowly. Even when the Fourth Amendment simmers at the bottom of your throat, I still have a brother. Instructions for firing a weapon. Aim only at what you intend to kill. Pull the trigger. Do not add traffic stop. Do not add raising Black children who are running, substitute hands up or crossing the street. Some things should not be mixed. That's just a recipe for sidewalk memorials or protests and apologies and communities torn apart by police lines and apologies and birthday cakes that won't be made this year. And I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm nervous, officer. It's just my skin is the color of asphalt and tires, both of which are already on the ground. At home, we pass across family recipes because we haven't given up yet. You can add body cameras, add jail time, don't militarize a police force, add politicians supporting Black lives, don't aim, keep your hands out of your pockets, set a car on fire, burn down the streets until they listen, until they hear us, until they start to remember how powerful we are, until they start to remember we're the backbone that built everything up and we can take it all back down, share everything on stages, on mountaintops, in classrooms, on Zoom calls, until we have something that everyone can get home to eat. Thank you. So I do have my Venmo and Cash App is the same thing. It's Poet Dude 88.
Nice. Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you so much for those words. Lit. I found the quote I wanted to read. Yeah. So where can folks, like, one more time, send you some money? You're muted.
It's Poet Dude 88, and that's on either Cash App or Venmo. It's the same thing. Tomorrow, I have the Bay Area Creative Organization and Spark Poetry. We are putting on an all Black voices poetry show. It's called Black Plus Change. So if you really like this one and you ain't run out of money, and you want to donate to both the community and organizations that are pushing for policy change, please stop by our show. Check out our Facebook page. BayAreaCreative.org is our website.
Thank you so much. Yeah, check them out. Make sure you donate to them, but also make sure you donate to us. I cannot stress this enough. You have to put your money where the fuck your mouth is. I'm gonna be honest, just as an organizer, and as a Black organizer, I'm tired of organizing shit without resources. And I know, and I have a team behind me. It's like only a few people with Afro Urban Society doing the majority of the organizing. I was part of their Onye Ozi Fellowship, and 2 women carried the entire like organizing on their backs.
But Reggie, can they donate in Black squares? Do we accept Black squares?
No, we accept green rectangles though. You know, it's not enough for your activism to be performative. If you are not paying for Black people, if you are not actively contributing to the reparations of Black people, Black organizations, Black spaces, Black art, Black culture, you are actively being part of the problem. We do not need people to say, I support Black people. We need people to support Black people. We need people to come up out of pocket. It's a privilege to be able to watch Black artists talk about Black experiences and then go home and not feel like you should do anything about it. That's a privilege. So if you feel that if you feel comfortable watching this stream without getting involved in donating, especially to the white people out there, because this is Berkeley Slam, I know y'all are watching. If you feel comfortable watching this stream full of Black artists, and then not supporting Black arts organizations, examine that. Do you really think Black arts matters? Do you really think Black voices matter? It looks like 6 people just dropped the stream, and that's fine. I mean, if you don't want to hear the truth, that's fine. But the truth is, it's time to come up out of pocket for Black folks, for Black artists, for Black organizations, especially the ones that are run by queer Black women. I'm going to be really disappointed, not surprised, but disappointed if we fail queer Black women and queer Black women-led organizations tonight. So I want y'all to surprise me and excite me by not failing queer Black women yet again, and donating so we can help keep that organization running and doing amazing work in Oakland. So that is my challenge to you, to donate any amount that you can. If you feel comfortable with an amount, I challenge you to donate $5 more. Be as uncomfortable as you possibly can. Oh shit, hold on. I don't lost it. Done lost it. I got so many fucking windows open. Here we go. All right, on deck, we got Tiana Bratcher. But give maximum love to the next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for Angel Marie.
What's good, y'all? So thank you so much, Berkeley Slam, for having me. I'm gonna need everybody watching to open up their wallets. As a queer Black woman entrepreneur, like, it's hard. The struggle is daily. I started a label with my brother called Esoteric Creations. And every day I'm just like on the gram trying to just like get following, get people to see us and hear the work we're doing. So if you're into like lo-fi hip hop, we got 2 playlists that just dropped. But today I'm just gonna do 2 poems for y'all. I'm gonna pretty much let them speak for themselves. They're about Black women, for Black women, because I love Black women. So this first one is inspired by a quote from Toni K. Bambara, speaking on wholeness. It's called Pretty Ugly. The most important act of survival happens when you step out of bed. In the streets, I walk by my face on a mural, a painted story about generational longing for completion. 7 times, my father has tried to kill me. I trace the line of women he has come from around the bed of my nails. How close my hand comes to rest, and I'm not sure I want to be well. I tried. Built an image of a girl who never learned the syntax for apology, who had more tongues than teeth to chew through a personality. She marinated over words that would never be said out loud, I realized. You are only free to express yourself if you have the power to do so. I try to pay with my ribs. Thank you. This next one is called Dark Arts. If we are magic, then we must be made from the madness of ashes left to ruin each other in dark patches of the ghetto. We settle on hot blocks with sorcerer cold bones and know sometimes you need a spell like you need a prayer to resurrect hope. Black women like Black witches holding what's left of our people to our chest. We breathe air to manifest a remedy for healing. Healing is not supernatural. But convince a Black woman she is unworthy of its touch, and she will surely call it an illusion. Call it sleight of hand, that we reach into the dirt and pull up a lineage of power. This burial be the only ceremony where our loved ones come back. Brown skin, spin me in Black woman's limbs to dance a smile back onto a generation of long faces and wrong places and racists whose gravest mistake was thinking Black woman ain't got an army of witches under a religion of cocoa butter, box braids, and Sundays with that pastor who always seems to have the Holy Ghost. Don't be surprised that most of us know ghosts. We know tricks that turn brown boys looking for treats into martyrs on white tees. Just because pages are torn from our generation doesn't mean their magic can't be rebirthed in the belly of my first love. First, I must love. See unwritten forgiveness in the brown oak eyes of a sunny disposition. Let her hands intertwine with mine, combine every combination of earth tones to the frequency of our history. Call forth every shade of ancestor when she says my name. Beg her to say it again and again and again, because no matter how many times she says it, there will always be people who don't believe in our magic. The ceremony of this love is a picnic underneath a tree where our dreams are the only things hanging above us. Maybe we'll be sipping tea or playing with leaves or just being happy. Either way, I know she'll make me happy. I know Black women love with every bone in her body, so when I hold her body to my chest, I know how much breath is given to women without tongues. Women who've been wronged and robbed of the right to our bodies. We have the right to our bodies, our stories. Our magic is the darkest art in the universe. We have been outlawed since before law saw us human, so why should we be surprised that eyes demonize a Black woman loving another Black woman? This is just how I spell forgiveness to myself, how I resurrect every limb that has been made phantom. I want to give her my limbs to kiss because only Black women know the parts of ourselves that have been without warmth, but know the fire of sin. I love her again and again, because if care is a ritual, I want to practice on her, practice on me, practice letting love be alchemy. Thank you. Yeah, so if you want to follow me, support Esoteric Creations, you can follow me on Instagram at eso.ace, A-C-E, and my label is ESO_collective. Yeah, thank y'all so much.
Thank you. That was so beautiful. Yes, please stay in touch. We'd love to have you. Like, that goes for everybody. Like, we'd love to have all of you on our mic later down the line as well. Just an update. We have now hit $800. We are $200 short of our goal. I think somebody on the internet got it. Who's gonna drop $200 on us? Just let us hit our goal. Who's gonna drop just $200 on us? Like, surprise me. Let me know who you are. If you're gonna drop $200 on Afro Urban Society, drop $200 on me. But yeah, definitely support Angel Marie in their work. And also, shout out Black entrepreneurs, shout out Black women building businesses. That's really important that we support that. I don't give a fuck how expensive it is. I don't give a fuck how bougie or how not your thing is. Drop some coins because it's Black women, queer Black women doing shit, and that deserves your money, whether or not the product is for you. Lit. So, on deck, we have Alexis Vanessa, but give maximum love to the next person coming up on stage. Give it up for Tiana Bratcher.
Hi, y'all. Hey, sweet. Sorry, I'm like getting set up over here. First, I want to say thank y'all, Berkeley Slam, and all the folks who have been organizing, not just in this moment, but in all of the moments since the pandemic has started, and especially since these past few weeks, and all of this other has not started, but has risen again. I appreciate the work that y'all are doing, and thank y'all for having me always. I am gonna read 2 poems that I read often, and I'm not going to apologize for it, because as much as I wish they weren't relevant, they continue to be relevant, and they continue to be the most urgent poems that are always on my heart. So with that being said, I want to give a content warning for violence against women. And the first poem is titled How to Bury Me. I'm ready to talk about my death now. May this be the one demand about my body that is actually honored. Burn my bones into ashes. Bury them in a saturated pile of dirt. Plant a tree inside of me, an unclimbable tree. My branches out of reach to any man. I want to grow into a forest of redwoods this time. Thinking of a long life is a luxury I do not have. It cost me $222.37 to have swelling in the back of my head, my frontal lobe, to have a mouthful of cuts and pleas to be mangled into unconsciousness. The man, twice my size in width and height, threw rocks at me and my sisters after we told him no. And when we confronted him, He tried to smash my face into concrete with the bottom of his sneakers. Watched my head make contact with cement, then kicked my motionless body again. You see, it is not a matter of if I will die, but when. And I don't know why he didn't kill me that night. But when I came back to semi-consciousness, I wasn't thankful to be alive. I asked to be taken from this defective shell of a body, this illusion of protection. I asked for a separate heaven, for me and all the women who walk with their headphones in but music off, for the women who always have a hand wrapped around a bottle of pepper spray, for the girls who have been running but can't seem to escape, for the girls who have to decide between taking the long way and walking past a group of men, for the girls, for 12-year-old me, who is still scared to walk home alone at 3 p.m., who is now being followed to her doorstep, down the street, on the train, right into her nightmares. I asked for a separate heaven, a manless sanctuary, one where we do not have to teach our girls how to scream, but all I could imagine was this forest. Because everything else I'd like to become has already been touched by a man, and by touched, I mean destroyed. So when I die, I beg to be given back to the earth, to be camouflaged behind vines, tree bark, and a thick, eerie fog that whispers men are not welcome here alive. And for every man we bring down with us, drag a knife down my bark, cover my trunk in their blood, so if their brothers ever stumble upon this forest, they will know that they are not safe here. And for the man who murders me, who unhinges my body, bathes his hands in my blood, and swallows my last breath with ease, he must be brought to this forest, buried alive inside a wooden coffin next to my roots, so he knows what it'll feel like to be trapped inside the very thing that will kill him. I'm gonna take a breath. I hope y'all are taking a breath. Yes, tight. I want to circle back to fuck technology as we get it together. Here we are together. Fuck these Google Docs. Yes, thank y'all for holding my stories, and thank y'all for allowing me to hold y'all stories. So gonna dip into the next poem. For context, if y'all are not familiar with Nia Wilson, Nia Wilson was an 18-year-old girl who was murdered by a white man on the BART station. BART, for those of y'all who are not familiar with BART, is the public transportation out here in the Bay Area. This happened in 2018. A spell for Nia Wilson and all the Black girls who were forced to skip womanhood. Unflower the grave. Unmemorialize MacArthur. Unscream. Unriot. Untragedy the trial. Bar and bind the man. His breath, knife, and bloody t-shirt. Make him beg, then unhear his pleas. Unstill the death. Unmourn, unbury, unash. Black girls deserve to live somewhere other than our grief. Unfuneral the body, untrophy our blood, unbound, unbounty our lives, ungod the girl, uncrown the girl, unblack the sheep, unangel, unwing, unbreak, unwhite headline and crime, uninnocent the men who only know how to be the strength of their hands, unstill the death, bring her back. I choose to love her back to breathing, back to here. I choose to replace her with a worthy candidate, a worthless man. I offer the earth honorable sacrifice, his body for the compost. I offer the end of a wrath. I'll bring the sun back. The girls will bring the hopscotch sidewalks and jump ropes back. I offer no more of our tears and feast our terror. I choose to love her back to living, back to breathing, back to living, back to breathing. I choose to love her back to life, back to now, now, now. Bring her back. Thank you.
Thank you. Where can we support you financially?
Yes. I would say, yes, Venmo. Venmo is TBRATCH, which is like the first chunk of my last name. Cash App is Cash Bratch, Cash with a K, and then Bratch, like I just spelled out for y'all. Yeah, that's where y'all can send me monies.
Yep, support Tiana, and the other stuff. Also, like Root Slam, y'all are doing workshops centering Black voices right now, right?
Yes. So Root Slam has workshops every second and fourth Saturday. Wow, words. Every second and fourth Saturday. As of right now, we just completed our first all Black workshop space. We're still figuring out when which date we will consistently be having that workshop, but it is, if you follow us at the Root Slam on any of our social media, you can get updates about our all Black workshop spaces that we'll be holding.
Yeah, definitely check out the Root Slam. You know, they're great. They're a great show. I wish that y'all were live. It's not the same. Because the real big thing about Root Slam is the community.
Yeah.
And the people that, it's not just the organizers, it's the space that y'all curate is a beautiful, welcoming space. So thank you. And yeah, check out Root Slam, follow them for more information. And you know, when all of this, if all of this ever ends, you know, check them out in person. Words and online presence really does not do that show justice. Lit. We are sitting at $810. I know we can do it. I know we can do it. So like don't play. You can always donate. PayPal.me/Berkeley Slam. And through Venmo at Rich Oak Events. I want to I know, like, you can donate something, you know, like, you spend how much money on weed? Buy an ounce for some artists. Challenge you, $100. And that's a Bay ounce. So like, you know, it's cheap as fuck. I know you East Coast niggas pay $300 for some ounces, so don't even play with me like you ain't got some money to donate. So, you know, I didn't mean to bust y'all out like that, but you know, you busted out yourself when you didn't bust out your wallet. So yeah, donate an ounce to the hood, whatever that is in your city. If it's $300, I'm sorry, you know, you can go dry. You need a tolerance break anyway. You know you do. You've been talking about it for the longest fucking time. So take your tolerance break. Hold yourself accountable, not just to Black communities, but to yourself. And your goals and aspirations. Take that tolerance break and spend that money on a cause that is more important than getting high and thinking that Black lives matter. You know, I'd rather have somebody sober and actually treating Black lives and Black art and Black communities like they matter, as opposed to faking it while they smoking a blunt. I say as I light my blunt. So you know, I feel you. You know, I feel you on a personal level. Like, so don't front with me. You know, just don't front with me. Run the pockets. On deck we got Colin Edmonds. But give maximum love to the next artist coming up to the showcase. Give it up for Alexis Vanessa.
I really appreciate that laugh, because today has been such a hard day. I lost someone very close to me, so the poems, they were getting to me, but you just made me laugh with those references. So I appreciate you. I appreciate all the organizing that went into this, everyone, any ounce of love that was poured into this space. I truly, truly appreciate you guys, or you all. So I'm gonna be sharing 2 poems. The first one I wrote a couple years ago, but I feel that is very relevant to how I'm feeling, relevant to everything that's going on. And I just hope that you all can take something away from it and take something away from both poems. The first piece is called Woman of a Dissected Diaspora. Angry has never been the first step. It has never been the last. It has been a breath lost, taken and stolen, tears that drown in the same waters that set fires to cries, the residue of pain, the voice of those called voiceless. There is no voiceless. There is only the unheard, the forgotten, the dismissed, the other, those crossed by borders and those cut on barbed wires, those sold to the highest bidder, displaced, buried alive, over and over again, buried alive. Those told that money conquers people instead of people conquering people, blame taken out of white hands and stapled to Black bodies, angry, has dismantled capitalism, kept receipts on all the bodies used as currency, forced to live in an invisibly visible war, drafted by those who pray to a white God in hopes for a white savior, angry, has always had a special song dedicated to us. Those who carry faith on their weary backs, carry their loved ones' names on chastised tongues and under worn out clothes, those who have been condemned to hell before death has signed off on all the paperwork, angry, has always been a court case trial waiting to receive justice, navigating a system who would rather see you dead than in a house built by your ancestors, angry, has always been a journey, has always been on a first name basis with me. Some days it is a stranger, an ex-lover whose memories have branded themselves on me. Some days I wish I did not remember all of those memories so clearly. I wish I could pass by them untriggered, unaltered. I wish there was a universe between us instead of a page, a dead body, a cut off sentence, a prison sentence, an unsettled people, a footnote in a history book, a broken record, another poem, different words, same message. But today I know angry on a first name basis. Today we are one in the same. Like the next breath I will birth, like the life I wish I could take to even out a 400-year-old playing field, like the backspace I might use to police my own tongue, my own mind, to caution my own eyes, to mute my real thoughts, to accommodate everyone else except myself. And it makes me wonder if it is still mine, if I am my own, if I've ever been, if I am theirs, if I'm a product of them or despite them. Even when I attempt to take up space, they always manage to take up more. But when angry arrives, I welcome her. I have no choice but to understand her, to acknowledge the pain that sits between her teeth and the back of her smile, and the narrow of her eyes, and the choke hold of her cries, in the double bolted room in her mind. I know she has traveled far to find me. She is the only one who has ever understood me, taught me how to hear my own voice. She has introduced me to the mute button on a world who has never entered mine. Today, we are not strangers. Today, I am her and she is me. Today, angry is my only teacher, my only lesson. Today, she will have the last word. Thank you. I'm gonna take a second. So this second piece, I haven't performed it much, so bear with me. I did perform it once. If you were at Town Street, I don't know who's watching, but you probably heard it there, Town Street Theater. And it's titled Negra. No one wants to be Black, and so does everyone. You take it back. Before crack was whack, and mama sat in classrooms with her words tucked underneath her notebook, stay stacked, sit still, listen well, take it back. Before fire hose crap whip black backs, mama knows laying baby teeth in cracked concrete streets. She paved a road she never walked on. Walk by faith, baby girl. Take it back. Way backer than that. When skin like mine don't stand tall, it lay flat. Be your step stool to freedom. Be me speak underneath my own breath. Be me look at you before I see me in the mirror. Be me see you want to be me, but don't want to say nothing. Just call me Black. Like God still cursed this kin. Like I'm still slave before kin. Like I must have let it happen. Like how it happened for so long. Like my breath must be contaminated with the memoirs of rotten bodies thrown overboard. I be purgatory in heaven. I be holy water fire. I be angry. I be angry. I be your favorite example of an unanswered question. I be fire rising from ashes. I be dream. I be nightmare. I be your worst fucking nightmare alive. Alive. I be Black out loud. I be Black out loud. I be Black. I be Latina. I be cocoa butter hands flipping platanos and black skillets. Black. I be Black. I be Black, I be God, taking her time to find the right hue for this melanin. Black, I be Black. I be Black out loud. I be Black out loud. I be Black out loud, regardless. Thank you, everyone. I truly appreciate you and everyone for allowing me into your space.
Thank you. All I can say is I hope you brought your tithes and offerings because we just got to church. So yeah, how can people support you financially?
Oh yes, please. Venmo. So my Venmo is Tyler TYLER -Allman, like all man, ALLMAN. And then my Cash App is Sunshine T, so SUNSHINE TEE 2020.
Lit. Thank you so much. Support Alexis, Vanessa, and all her amazing work. All right. We are going to, and we've got $950 raised. So I know we can do it. We're almost to our goal. So keep it going. Who's gonna donate $50? You know, maybe you can't do an ounce. Maybe you just went into the dispensary, like, and you want to do a half ounce, you know, like do that, you know, do what's in your economy, but you know, buy us some weed. Buy us some weed for art. Yeah, so let's see. On deck, we got Chardonnay Thomas, but give maximum love to the next person coming up to the mic. Give it up for Colin.
Hello. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Nice, nice. So I have been taking part in the poetry battles competition. We did like an online thing today, so I'm a little bit tired. So I'm only gonna give y'all one poem. I originally was not gonna do this poem today at all, but shit happened last night and this morning, and I just hate all you niggas. For those who know what I'm talking about, y'all know who I'm talking about. Meet Larry, but he doesn't like to be called Larry. He says Larry is his slave name. Larry likes to be called some random ass Egyptian name he's found online, but his mama named him Larry, so I'm gonna call him Larry. Larry loves YouTube documentaries. He prefers them over college lectures, says he don't trust the white man's lessons, so naturally, Larry was part of his campus Black Student Union. Only he skipped every meeting to smoke weed, but don't worry, Larry is still woke. He says even when he's asleep, his third eye remains open. Larry loves essential oils. In fact, he uses a non-essential amount of essential oils. Larry likes to walk around Lake Merritt. He calls every black man he sees a king. He calls every black woman he sees a queen, but only to their faces. Behind their backs, he calls them things I wouldn't name a dog. And yes, Larry is a dog. He barks the loudest, but does the least work. Larry claims he's doing the most, and he's all about his people, but really it's only the ones he considers human. Larry believes in what we call trickle-down niggonomics. That if your movement centers the cis black men, that privilege will spread to the rest of the community. Only Larry never liked to share privilege or space. Larry only likes to control everything but his own actions. Like Larry likes to talk shit about the white man for his abuse of empirical structures of power, but turns around and uses an ancient Egyptian culture as an excuse to uphold and abuse empirical structures of power. Yes, Larry is a hypocrite. And speaking of Egypt, Larry's West African ass likes to claim the wrong side of the continent, only to have the nerve to come up and ask me, do you know where you from, brother? See, Larry likes to question everybody's blackness, but doesn't stop to ask why his is only rooted in tearing everyone down. Larry spends more time arguing with black women on social media about whether or not their menstrual cycle is natural than he does doing something productive, like looking for our missing children, or ending police brutality, or I don't know, hugging his fucking mama. Larry's priorities are all fucked up, or better yet, he is his only priority. His self-centered activism adds a chain for one that was ever broken. Larry is a hotep, pro-black but anti-progress, like freedom was a promise made to him and him only. But Larry, don't you realize that when you spend so much time holding people back, you never actually move forward? That the same niggas you tearing down are the only ones holding you upright? Ain't nobody got us but us. These white folks don't care about how proud you are if you're black, but we care about how ashamed you are of ours. What are you gonna do when your ego fails to stop a bullet and there's no one you deem lesser to shield you from the impact, and now you find yourself standing in front of God? White Jesus doesn't know you and black Jesus pretends not to. Who will you pray to then? Don't you remember? Ain't nobody got us but us. So if you ain't got us, you must have nobody. Thank you.
Thank you, Colin. How can we support you?
You can hit up my Cash App, $cornrow Colin. Also, if you are booking for other online shows, book everybody who's up in here. That's another way to support artists, is through opportunities. So if you have opportunities, let those know.
Paying opportunities. Don't book no black artists without paying.
Hell no.
Do not book no black artists without paying them. We tired of this shit. We've been over this already tonight. If somebody comes up into anybody's inbox talking about, I saw you at Berkeley Slam and I want to give you this opportunity and we can pay you an exposure, I'm going to block you. That's not what we do here. We pay black people here. No. Last time you just decided not to pay black people, we had slavery. We're not doing that again. We're not. Pay your black artists. Pay us your white tears. Transfer rate is 2 Benjamins, period. Period. Yes. And speaking of black artists, support black art organizations. Keep those donations coming in for the Afro Urban Society, supporting queer black women-led and run organizations. When I tell you that the work that they did is transformative, I watched 2 black women bring 15 black artists into the same room, cooperate for 10 months, and then produce an online event that engaged over 200 Black people in discussions about Black identity and what it means to be part of the African diaspora and living within the United States. If that's not powerful, I don't know what is. If you can't support that, you don't support anything but yourself. So, you know, we are only $50 away from our goal. I know somebody can just, that $50. I know we can do it. I know we can do it. So yes, and I see our next person is already here. On deck, we got our feature, Jahman Hill. I'm so excited. We give maximum love to our next poet coming up on stage. Give it up for Chardonnay. You're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Gang. All right. Before I get into the poetry, I just want to say that all of the poetry so far, or I guess I'm last, so all of the poetry tonight has been really amazing. And everyone, including the host, including myself, should be getting donations from y'all, like at least 2 per each of us. Because this has been like a really great show for a really great cause. And everybody loves Black art, but no one really wants to pay for it. And the time to change that is now. So let's change that now. I'm going to be reading 2 poems. The first one is not finished, or I don't think I'm going to do anything else with it, but it kind of ends in a weird spot to me. But it just feels really relevant because I wrote it about, it doesn't say it in the poem, but I wrote it about being a Black femme and constantly experiencing change and growth through the form of trauma and dying horrible ways. Because that happens to Black femmes literally, or Black non-men, literally and figuratively, and it's just hella fucking whack. So here we go. I never want to write a poem comparing myself to a phoenix again. I'm done setting myself on fire, burning myself until my blood boils dry. My body, the charcoal that fuels its own death, until all that's left is ashes. Dying is not the only way to transform to the next phase of life. I identify with the moon, shedding layers of myself, growing into myself, but always whole. Even when it seems there is nothing left, my presence alone controls the tide. When I'm full, my light shines so bright, people from every corner of the world worships me. My worth is not dependent on my death. My legacy is admitted in cycles. I'll make a cocoon, a cotton sarcophagus. Informed is inscribed. I'm sorry, I like scribbled hella shit out. I'll make a cocoon, a cotton sarcophagus, my ancestors' wildest dreams, transcribed in this blood instead of martyred from mine. My body becoming bodiless and fluid, flowing into place, reborn with wings in water, not resurrected to re-die in flames, in explosion, like stars, like egos, expanding before dying, an energy crisis, because expecting death does not prevent the panic of reaching out for something stable. Every chemical reaction in hyperdrive until the only option is to collapse inward, forced introspection. And I think the phoenix feels this too, only loved for its ability to set itself on fire, rise from the ashes and do it again, alone. And no recognition for facing the ashes. How much of you is lost in death, in cycles, ended immediately with no time for life to flash before your eyes. Reevaluate the time spent in cycles ended, waning as the moon, not you, just hidden to heal without speculation. Thank you. I actually like that ending better than I thought I did when I read it out loud. And I don't know. And sorry, Colin is being a pothead and looking for the weed. This next poem has a trigger warning for childhood sexual assault. It's a contrapuntal, which means it's like 2 poems, and then you put the 2 poems together, and it's 3 poems and into a 3rd poem. The first one is a adult telling a story. The second one is a child telling the same story. As a child, I swallowed a seed and planted it in my throat to choke on my words. Underwater rules, sea, yell, oh sky, no reach or control of my mouth and lungs. The truth, it's not the first plant I nurtured myself, groomed. Does it matter? Groomed a garden. Does it matter that the seeds were forced into my mouth? I swallowed. A child, hiding whispers. My voice disappeared. Seeds filling emptiness, forcing deeper. And by the time I noticed the thorns, I was already swallowing more seeds and phlegm and splitting vines, spitting out a parasite, silencing my voice. I played in a secret garden. The sky turned my stomach in, out, watching me bear. This is part of the game. The flower exposed. Sun paints yellow sky. Teeth spreading a secret in front of me, smiling. That was the joke. If I laugh too, I'm not alone. The seeds growing in me. More come, follow when I leave the garden. Secrets. I think I know why I was embarrassed now. Spit it out, but full, unshakable seeds. Confessions of evil deeds are a fairy tale. It's just a game, too full to speak, swallowing my words to hide blood, exposing myself, the first wound I remember. As a child, I played in a secret garden. I swallowed a seed and the sky turned my stomach, planted it in my throat, in, out, watching me bear. This is to choke on my words, part of the game. Underwater rules, see the flower exposed. Sun paints yellow sky, no reach or control of teeth spreading a secret. My mouth and lungs in front of me, smiling. That was the truth. It's not the joke. If I laugh too, I'm not the first plant I nurtured myself, alone. The seeds growing in me, groomed a garden, more come. Does it matter that the seeds follow when I leave the garden? Secrets were forced into my mouth. I think I know why I swallowed. A child hiding was embarrassed, now spit it out in whispers. My voice disappeared, but full, unshakable seeds, confessions of evil deeds are filling emptiness, forcing a fairy tale deeper. And by the time I notice it's just the thorns, I was already the game, too full to speak, swallowing my words to hide the blood, more seeds and phlegm and exposing myself, spitting vines, splitting out the first wound, a parasite silencing. I remember my voice. Thank you. Yeah, so that's my poetry. And you can support me by hitting my Cash App. It's just Chardonnay Thomas. Chardonnay is spelled like the wine, but with one N, not two. I also have Venmo, Chardonnay-Thomas-1. Spelled the same way because Chardonnay is my name. I also have a website, Healing Cool Waters. I do healing work specifically for the Black community, and I would like to gift 3 Black femmes with a reading. In order for this to happen, I need to be paid because my ancestors don't play me working for free. So if particularly Black men and non-Black folks could hit my Cash App on behalf of some Black femmes and non-men out there, you would be doing what you should be doing right now. All right, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Shar. Also, like, you be like real casual about how dope of a writer you are. Like, you just be sitting up there, like, you just do your poetry and then be like, oh, thank you. Like, you didn't just murder all of us. Like, like, don't be humble. But yeah, thank you so much. Support Chardonnay. Support the Black femmes that are doing healing work in our community. I don't even know why I should have to explain that. That should just be a given. Like Shar should just have like 3 people willing to pay for their work to be given to Black femmes.
I'm just gonna say the prices. The readings are $60 for Black non-men. The full price is $80 if y'all trying to pay that. But since the readings are for Black non-men, send me $60, send me $100. You know, the more money I get, the more I can support the Black community, the Black non-men community.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you, Chardonnay. All right. Damn, where the fuck my phone? Oh shit. Thank you, Char. Thank you. So we have reached our feature. I always joke that our feature, Jahman Hill, looks more like my identical twin brother than I do. And it's not like an exaggeration. Like, they regularly get mistaken for each other. I'll be scrolling through Button and I'll be like, oh, Colin has another video. Nope, it's Jahman. But let me read his bio. Jahman Ariel Hill is a poet, author, playwright, and professor. First of all, that's a lot of P's, and I love it. In 2017, Jahman authored his first book of poetry, Made from My Mother's Ceilings. In 2018, he claimed the title of 3rd best slam poet in the world. And in 2019, he wrote, produced, and starred in an award-winning one-man show, Black Enough, which played off-Broadway. Creative at heart, his poetry videos have garnered well over 3 million views online. Jahman also teaches at the University of Alabama, where he received a master's degree in both communication studies and women's studies. His work centers around the Flourish, or the idea that Black people are infinitely possible beings. I want everybody to give a nice, warm welcome to Jahman Hill. I was about to say, are we just gonna leave Colin up?
I was like, hi, it's Colin. Hey. I'm glad that Colin wore a similar shirt today.
First of all, he's wearing my shirt.
Like, you know, we out here. The floral is out here. What is Silky shirt? I don't, you know, they say it's a secret society. So, you know, I'm not part of that. I hope y'all are having a wonderful and amazing day. I wrote a poem about my day. And I'm gonna read it to you right quick just to open us up. Not all heroes wear capes, but you shouldn't need to cape for your heroes. And if you are, it might be the wrong hero. So now we're gonna get started with this. We're gonna get started with the feature. My name's Jahman Hill. I don't know if I already said that, but this show has been blackity black, black on black. So I found the blackest poem that I ever wrote, and I wanna read that one first. It's called Black. This black ain't in mourning. This black ain't for funeral. This black ain't a protest, ain't defiance, ain't a statement. This black ain't afraid, scared, shaking in his black boots. This black is just black. I woke up like this, black, flawless, black, born this way, black. This black is, I'm not good at matching stuff, but I know black goes with everything, including black, so I wore black. This black is just black as hell, black as heaven, black is the blackest haiku you've ever heard. Black, 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 black. This black is just as black as the black I was yesterday, but this black is different from that black. Make no mistake, Black is black yesterday, black today, and black tomorrow. Black was, is, and will be black. This black is the fifth state of matter, which is not to say the other matters don't matter, but it is to say this black matters too. This black tall, this black short, this black contradiction, this black a paradox, this black goes with everything, can be anything. This black is not in spite of, because it was black before and it's gonna stay black for its own black reason, which is because it's black. This black is not in light of, although it has always been a beacon. This black ain't what you say it is. It's just black, like for real. If I turn it sideways, yep, still be black. In fact, this black, so black that if I said black 69 times within the course of this black poem, black, it would still be as black as the first time I said black. This black here, this black don't care what you think. This black anyway, this black present, this black ain't going nowhere. This black is, this black is, this black is black. All right, so that's the first poem. It's called Black. And I thought that it would be great. I really want to shout out Reggie and Colin, my triplets. We were separated at birth, but I'm so glad that I get to spend this time with them now. I wish it was in person. I can't wait till all this stuff is over and we can kick it. But yeah, this next poem that I'm about to do, it encompasses my idea of the flourish a lot. Earlier, we were having a conversation, Reggie and I, talking about how your friends and the people that you surround yourself with really help you even beyond reading books. Like, it's not just reading books, like you have to literally take action and place yourself around people that are going to make you a better person. And this poem comes from that. It's called Queerstina. Sestina for the ones who've been there for me. It's for all of my best friends from UA. They know who they are. Gavin, Zia, Quilin, Destiny, Amani, the homies. All right. My friends flourish bright every summer, especially when June brings its rainbow to my doorstep. Love knows nothing greater than friends who love freely, love often without limits. They flourish, burn brighter than the sunshine, bright lights that only get to flicker around family every holiday, like the lily-laden elephant in the room seeking summer. They twerk, something vicious in the summer, free they bodies, shake rump, my friends, don't closet they every bit of don't care about your alphabet soup politics, my friends, every bit of black and queer and black and bright and sunlit, 36566, they greater than any June. They flourish year round. In February can't contain, they flourish. You think June can capture all that magic, that summer, that shine? My friends shine bright, stay ready, stay snatching edges, stay lit. My loves love nuance everything they touch. These friends love me regardless. They know how to love despite every system around them trying to drain every bit of color from their cheeks. They fit to flourish. My friends flourish brightly, and when my friends see me adorned with flowers twerking in the summer sun, they say, nigga, you can't dance. Then they show me how to turn my body into a vehicle for an ancestral get down. They bright. We accept each other in our darkest moments to shine bright. We understand the order of things, how every trial be a stepping stone for all this heaven. My friends carry in their hearts they joy, in the key of flourish, flourish, in the key of summer, summer, in the key of forever. My friends don't know how not to be friends, don't know how not to shine bright, to have everyone around them feeling like summer, how they glow like that. My friends, every bit of whatever they want to be, call it the flourish, call it love. I call them friends. My heart resides, and there's some of them friends who put the beat in my chest to top me, that my bright ain't nothing but every bit of God. They every bit of flourish that I know. All right, that was that poem. Moving through. If y'all's liking my poems, you can always hit the, oh, it's on the other side. There we go. The Young Cash App is Jahman Hill. My Venmo is also Jahman Hill. My website also, if you like my shirt, just go to jahmanhill.com and you can get one. I also have a shirt that says Flourish that you can get there too. And the other thing you can get from there is my book, Support Black Art. My book, it's called Made from My Mother's Ceilings. The whole concept of the book is my mother broke a lot of glass ceilings to get to where she's at now. She's an amazing and phenomenal woman. And growing up, I recognized that, but I didn't realize what role I played in that. And the way that I took on masculinity growing up, in a lot of ways, I was building myself out of the very same things that kept her down. So when I say I was made from my mother's ceilings, I was literally constructed my masculinity off of the very glass ceilings that she had to shatter to get to where she was. And realizing like that's what the fragility and all of that came from, and learning how to battle that and work through that, and to continue working on it, because it's a continual process. That's what the book is about. And I'm gonna read y'all a sample poem from it, Black Body Rhetoric, Part 3. Sometimes we tend to forget where we came from, as if every Black body was made with certain parts, as if bullets were the only holes in the body, as if a woman's story was too bland for the YouTube viral. Sometimes we tend to forget where we came from. By we, I mean I saw the forgotten woman who raised me put resolve into her jaw, clenched it as my hair grew and turned more into a target, more into her likeness, her living contradiction. My sister's living contradiction, made to symbolize the start of life and the most quiet death. They don't march when the blood turns cold. Google returns no results. Did you mean his body? Did you mean to escape the phallocentric? Maybe the death of a woman at the hands of a man is so common they call it patriarchy. Make it sound more academic and less coffin closed. Maybe equality is the way her name is whispered so softly that she fades into an invisible tombstone placed on an invisible ceiling, made to feel like glass so you can still see the dream. Watch it fade. Made to silence what we like to call. All right, so that was coming from my book, Made from My Mother's Ceilings. The last thing that I'm going to share with you guys is a little bit of a longer piece. I'm currently working on this project. It's called, the working title right now is The Morning After Poem, MOURNING. And literally I started writing it in the midst of everything that's going on now, trying to document kind of what's been going on in my city. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. So I'm just gonna read some excerpts from that. It's really like one long poem, but I'm not gonna give y'all the whole book I'm working on. So I'm just gonna read some particular sections just for today. I try to write in the morning after poem every day, or whenever I feel moved to do so. So I'm gonna start with part one, and I'm not gonna tell y'all the numbers every time I go through. I might just pause or some shit. I'm gonna read the dang poem, and then yeah. There they are, plastered everywhere. Nowadays, our martyrs make great memes. With the right death, your poem can go viral. My devotion for May 27th is titled, Don't React, Respond. Told me that reactions only cause more problems, that as Christians, we are to respond, to be God's peacemakers, to infuse situations with tranquility. Told me to immediately go to God for wisdom, but I went to God. I bowed in prayer and I found no peace. When Jesus arrived at the temple and saw it desecrated, he did not march peacefully. He flipped every table in sight. It's been 3 days and none of my niggas have come back. I want to be Christ-like, but being Christ-like has to be more than crucifixion. It's been 3 days and none of my niggas have come back. How many bodies must be broken for you? How much blood until the communion cup runneth over? I'm ready to take up arms instead of a collection. We've collected too many tombstones and none have rolled away. No angels bringing good news, just our tears of blood, just our crown of thorns. I want to be heard, but I don't want a dead body to be the microphone. Dead bodies make great microphones. Microphones don't have to be black. Wars, our concerts and metaphors are messy, and the sound check is deadly when done right. And we are both a mic and mosh pit and also the speakers, and we rock out until our fears bleed and pavement tastes like iron. But they tried to kill music in America, and Black people make the best music. And sometimes I wish we didn't. I wish microphones were white and we had enough of them that people would shut the fuck up, and pavement would taste like shoes, and Facebook wouldn't have graveyards in the chat box or obituary news feeds. Death done right will always get a retweet, and there's no wrong way to do it. Look at the news and tell me who's living. Look at the poet and tell me who has their ear to the streets and the pain in their neck. There is no apocalypse without good music to ride out to. I don't say be safe anymore. I say, I am praying for your safety. I say, do whatever is necessary. To be Black is to be safe and still be murdered. And I don't want to define Black this way, but if a poem don't change that, maybe some bullets will. My brother is in Atlanta right now and they take to the streets. I watch his Facebook Live. I watch him live. Tears running down his face. Tear gas is a sad song. My heart matches the tempo. I see hordes of people running. Claims of gunfire. My brother yelling. Face doused with milk. Asks if anyone else needs some. He laughs and says, we're saving the world out here. One milk at a time. My brother, a young Simba laughing in an elephant graveyard. Does he not notice the bones? Does he not hear my mother's prayer? His bravery has my sister by the neck, my grandmother holding breath, and me spitting a poem on Instagram Live for $50. I mean, in 6 minutes, my brother has done more for our people than I ever have. The plight of the poet, to never stop the bullet. When I resurrect the poem for this moment, it is a reminder that it didn't work the first time, and I want to make America great against a serrated blade. I want blood. I want to sleep easy for them to sleep forever. I want equality by any means necessary. Great again, tear America open by the face and loot everything. When the looting starts, the shooting continues, but this time we are armed. This is how you prevent a massacre. You take bodies with you. Great again, the plight of the poet. My words aren't sharp enough. Don't even cut enough to keep crackers out the comment section. Great again. Let the blood flow. Let it run dry. To make America great again. Tongo, learn from Sonny to take the cliche and walk towards your subconscious. To take the observable and walk towards your true self, so I take heed. When I awake to an inbox full of white folk, I go back to sleep. The phone is a holding place for ghosts. For white paint on the walls peeling, the poster on the wall trying to climb back into your body, the memories trying to make space in your brain, trying to push out the noise that it itself is generating. I don't want the gun in my head, but damn, I got the trigger. My thumb on the trigger, scrolling ammunition, double tap rage, fist emoji, don't text me. Text your mama, text your friend, text that one cop, you know which one, text your local official, you know which one, don't text me. My gun loaded and you just might be a bullet. We at the protest now and we sending white people to the front. Police got cell phones in their hands, ready to take a shot, ready to capture the right body, so we give them the white ones. Allies to the front, we holler. Ain't nobody got vests, but we know we step out onto this street, we bound to meet the badge and the paddy wagon, we gonna send them whites today. They sent the text, so we sent their bodies. There is no right way to ally, but there is a white one in Hoover, the white city up the road. White cops kettle a peaceful crowd. They say you can protest all you want, just stay in the grass. I mistook them for the military when they were just the police. Then I realized they had just as much power and there was nothing just about it. And some days I want to tell people to vote. Some days I realize voting has nothing to do with an officer electing to kill another one like me. When they chant, Hoover police killed EJ, I do not chant along. Instead, I hold EJ's name on my tongue. I hold it close. I do not speak it in this space. I remind myself over and over that they are not talking about my brother EJ, who is currently in Atlanta with a bulletproof vest taking rubber bullets from the police. They did not kill my EJ, did not kill my EJ, did not kill my EJ. Every chant is barricaded by a silent prayer. My brother's name is a war cry. I pray his body does not become the same, while Democrats hold a moment of silence today on Capitol Hill, like they always do. And finally, I'm not one to repeat myself, but the revolution will not be comfortable. It was not made from comfort, nor was it made to make you feel comfortable. Niggas march in the same streets they get killed on, sleep in the same beds they were murdered in, hold cookouts in the same backyards that the police pull up on with cold cuts and cheap cheese, Lil Smokies where they smoke Lil Man like a loose cig. We done lost whole niggas over loose cigs. Cops will get on one knee to propose the same way they do to end a life. I suppose the proposal won't get as many likes though. These days, I can't tell if a kneeling cop is a support cap when cops cap niggas on the regular. I got bad knees and stress. Why will my poems have a trigger warning when America don't? Why do the mention of Skittles need a trigger warning? Or sleeping? Every time I talk to a Black woman, I'm afraid of what will come of them or my 5 sisters. I live in Alabama. I can't pass a forest without pondering the strongest branches, and if they've held more silence or more than silence in the dark of night or the dead of day, we dead of day as ever. I see nooses in my sleep. I spit happy poems and see nooses in my sleep. I wake up and see nooses on my feed. They in the news now. No trigger warning, just a suicide diagnosis. I count my sisters before I go to bed and count my brothers when I wake up. Some go loud and some go quiet, but none with justice. That is the pattern. And I laugh with the same mouth I mourn with. The same body they pointed the AR-15 at make a mean tater tot casserole in the same kitchen they'll try to kill me. And don't tell me what a revolutionary act is. See, when I seen them turn bedrooms into burial grounds, I'm finna get lit tonight. I'm finna find joy and post a meme that made my day. I'm finna dance on my IG story and attend all my Zoom meetings with no pants on and still be all the rage you fear. Ready in the chamber, steady in the hand. I can multitask. My niggas know what I mean. All right, and that's my time, y'all. So that's the Cash App, hit the website.
Thank you. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Definitely support Jahman on the Cash App, hashtag Jahman Hill. You can also go to jahmanhill.com.
Yep, all the name stuff, just my name.
You know, I don't even know my name, to be honest. Am I Jahman? Am I Colin? Am I Reggie? Who am I?
All 3 different times, you know.
Yes, thank you so much. It's been great seeing you and hearing your poetry and being in your presence once again. Yeah, you do sell shirts. I realized I responded to the comment without saying what the comment was.
I sell shirts. Yeah, I sell shirts and books. They're all jahmanhill.com. They $20 for shipping and handling. Look at that.
Look at that. All right. So we're still sitting at $950 for this fundraiser, which is like a little bit of wackaroni and cheese. Because I trust y'all, or trust it. We don't know yet. But I know that like the show might be over, but the night, at least in California, is not. We still got 2 hours till it's tomorrow. So you got 2 hours to cough up $50 for some Black organizations so we can reach our goal. Don't wait on somebody else to do it. If you think somebody else is going to do it anyway. Like, why are you waiting for somebody else to do your part in the movement? People are going to remember like who was there. You know, to quote one of my favorite movies, The Color Purple, until you do right by me, everything you do will crumble. And that's true. Until you do right by the Black community and specifically queer Black women, until we do right by a queer Black woman, nothing is going to go well. Nothing is going to go well. That is a generational curse we need to break. Until we do right by the most marginalized of our communities, by the most ignored and pushed aside and kicked on communities, nothing we are going to do will stand. You know, everything bred from violence and oppression crumbles eventually. You get to choose how hard you fall. Are you gonna cushion your fall? Or are you gonna make niggas push you? because change is gonna come. We're going to get what we need. So it's like, it's really a get down or lay down situation at this point. People are not, like, you can see, people are not going, people are not having it for the people that we are talking about. Imagine what happens when the people that are being ignored get tired of a shit. And we are, the people who are getting ignored, Black queer people, Black queer femmes, Black women, we're tired of the shit. You know, what happens when we start showing up for y'all? What happens? So show up for us. Show up. It's not enough to say that you care, you know. Donate the money. Don't let somebody else, like, don't think somebody else is going to do your part. I don't know where you came from, but that's not how things work. You have to do your part to make sure this movement continues. So I believe in y'all. I believe we can get $50 by midnight this time. But I do also want to thank each and every person who touched this mic tonight. And also, before I forget, I want to thank our patrons. I gotta scroll up hella far, shit. Okay, I want to thank our patrons because they went above and beyond and donate monthly to make sure that spaces like this remain open. So I would like to shout out Kalalia, Renee Edmonds, and Jessica Kozakit for being patrons. And I would like to give a special shout out to Alice Graham and Sarah O'Connell for donating $100 a month and supporting the Allen Bluford Center, a radically Black anti-police brutality community space where we run events out of. So thank you to all of our patrons. If you want to become a patron, if you heard anything you like, if you want this platform to continue, we need your help to do it. You can visit patreon.com/richoakevents to get involved. You can donate anything from $2 a month to $100 a month. And on top of that, if we are able to reach 30 patrons, all of our events will be free to performers moving forward. So help us be able to afford, to make this space more accessible to our community. We're sitting at 23 patrons now. I'm sure we can get more. But yeah, this has been the Berkeley Slam Black Artist Showcase featuring Jahman Hill. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who donated. Please keep donating. If you donated something and you're feeling like, maybe I didn't donate enough, you know, maybe you didn't and you should donate again. But, you know, we will keep our lines open until the morning. So keep it going. And we will see you again next week for another showcase. Yeah, so thank you so much. We will see y'all next week. Love, peace, chicken grease.